music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love,
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop, the season premiere of season 7 of Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta, season 7, episode 1. Let's hope Atlanta is better than New York and better than not Hollywood, better than Miami. Because, you know, it was a little bit difficult. Anywho, first things first. Lipstick of the day. This is Urban Decay. The color is Crank. And I don't think I wore this color before, because I kept thinking, like, did I wear it? I can't remember. But I got a lot of few new colors from Urban Decay. So yeah, Urban Decay, Crank, and I like this color too. I like this in the Hex one. I might wear Hex tomorrow. Also, if you have not done so already, some people have said how they want to just see more about me, like, regularly off of YouTube. If you want to do that, you need to follow me on IG. It's J_Lees_corner on IG. JAY_LEES_corner. The link is also on my YouTube page on the bio page. I think it's like in the corner in the banner. So I do post other stuff, funny little stuff, me at work, me going to work, you know, awkward stuff if I'm up too goddamn late, if this is different stuff. So yeah, that's just, if y'all want to do that, go ahead and follow me on IG. Anyway, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Lord Jesus, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This episode, I can say it was really good. It did not disappoint, even if I don't understand what the fuck Erica Mena is doing on the season, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. I do like how they have new promos, so it's a new intro, same song, different photos, different shots. I thought that was cool. So we see the beginning of the ladies are all hanging out in the club. You know, we see how Mimi and her basketball girlfriend is there. I think the girl's name was Ty, and she plays for the WNBA, and she plays in Atlanta now. We see Mimi looks better. Mimi's boobs last season in her confessional look aggravated my whole soul. I think she must have just gotten her boobs done when she was doing the confessional looks, because they looked, oh, it looks just bad. And her confessional look this season is much, much better. She looks better. Like, I don't know if she got a new stylist. Mimi does look really good this particular time. We see Rashida, who's there too, and she says that her and Kirk are legally separated right now, that she's trying to focus on herself, because of course we know Kirk fucked that girl and maybe had a baby. So we see Sierra is back this season. Sierra's husband was the one where the husband was cheating on her with the assistant. Oh, Lord Jesus. So she said she did file for divorce because her husband fucked that dang on assistant. We see Dime is back this season, and she is planning her wedding. I'm happy to see Dime in a regular light, not a friend of a friend, not let's give her a little bit short line. I like Dime. I think Dime has really elevated her style and her attitude and her antics since the first time that she was on the show. Spice was on when the last season when they went to Jamaica. She was the girl who was performing with Cardi. Well, no, not she was performing. Cardi was up there saying that she was the reason she came to Jamaica. She is a big dance hall queen in Jamaica, so she is now in Atlanta trying to grow herself, you know, out of her only being popular in her country. And, you know, now she's on the season 2. Okay, girl, you say so. So we see that whole thing of them just talking and chit chat. You know, we see even how Mimi is happy that Jocelyn is gone. I am happy that Jocelyn is gone. I don't miss her at all. Go ahead on. Jocelyn need to calm herself down. If she comes back in the season or 2 and she don't have that same big head, I think that's cool. But I'm completely happy with Jocelyn not being on the season. Okay. We then see Kirk, who was waking up from his apartment all by his lonesome. Why? Because you cheated on your wife. And, you know, he like, I can't believe I'm waking up in my apartment all by myself. You know, it's so hard for me without my wife. Fool, you cheated on your wife, and you cheated. And she didn't know, and the baby popped up, and the baby could be yours. deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're having to lie in your own cheating bed. You know, you made that bed, you have to lay in it. And, you know, I'm like, the thing is about it, is one thing if your husband cheats or your wife cheats. It's one thing for your person to cheat. You didn't just cheat her. You cheated and a possible baby was born that could be yours. Like, that's a tough, I know, it's a tough pill to swallow. And you had a baby on your wife, Kirk. And then it played, and you, and the kicking part about this is you did this knowing y'all was on national television. You want the whole world, Craig? The whole world to know what you did to me, boy? Ooh, you know, it's a lot. Look, I would have divorced him and probably set all his clothes and shoes and jewelry on fire. That's probably what I would have done. And, you know, he's saying how he has some news and he wants to give it to his wife, and he don't know how it's going to work or how she's going to move on from it. So we see that whole thing. Okay, Erica Mena. Erica Mena is on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She was on Love and Hip Hop New York years ago when it first started. Well, I think she was maybe like season 2, whatever. She left a couple of seasons. Well, she hasn't been on it in a while. Now, she posted in like last year in 2017, that she would never be back on Love and Hip Hop. How people only go back if they need the money. Well, guess what she at? She's on Love and Hip Hop because why? She needs some motherfucking money. And it's funny because somebody posted the tweet on Instagram as the show was on, because you can, girl, when you have to watch what you post. You can't, it ain't no, you can't say, well, they offer me so much money. If you say that you were happy to not be on Love and Hip Hop because of certain reasons, and you would never go back, and the only time anyone ever goes back to Love and Hip Hop is if they broke and they need the money, and you back on Love and Hip Hop, okay, you told on yourself, but I ain't gonna go there. And even to show up, oh, so she took a private plane to Atlanta. Look, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say this. I don't believe anyone on any Love and Hip Hop show or Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta or Growing Up Hip Hop in general, probably except for nobody, who is acting as if they flying in private. Erica Mena, look, anybody who fly private and you recording for this show, if they don't show the plane in the air, in the clouds, your ass wasn't flying. Because my thing is, that's just a part of getting the ambiance of being on a private jet. You show yourself looking at the clouds. Okay, you would show that. When they show them, they show a plane taking off. They show a plane landing. That don't mean that you using that plane. That is B footage. And can't nobody convince me that Erica Mena has enough money or that Mona Scott chartered a private plane to have her come to Atlanta. You can't even convince me of that shit. I just don't believe it. You just some fake ass. Bow Wow learned it from you. Well, you learned from him. Y'all both out here Bow Wow channeling and being fake. Girl, Bow, you did not come. No, you did not fly there. You look stupid. And then, you know, Jazzy Faye met her at the airport or whatever. I think they rented the airport for a minute to do a scene like you do for a movie. That's it. She ain't fly in at all. Not on the private flight. No, she didn't do it. She ain't worth the money. You can't recoup that. Girl, bye. So, I mean, she back. Let's see what she brings this season. I don't want to hear nothing about her and Bow Wow. I don't want to hear anything about her and Sin Santana, because Sin Santana's moved on with Joe Budden, had a baby. I don't care about that. You know, I don't care about anything early on bullshit. Let all that go. You need to have a completely new storyline to keep yourself. You can't come on Love and Hip Hop talking about I was engaged to Bow Wow 4 years ago and I'm still no, bitch. What you doing? Why you here now? Right now? What you doing right now? Girl, bye. So Jazzy Faye is there talking to her. I guess he's her ride. He's an Uber right now for the time being. And she said how she wants to be back in music and she was hoping that he could help her. And I'm like, but are you really, like, are you in, like, what do you do? Why? They cut to the old scenes of when she was first on Love and Hip Hop, working with Rich and doing things with him for some change, for some artists or whatever, and how bad she sounded in the studio. I don't know what kind of artist she's trying to be. I don't know if all these times that she's been on TV, she's been out here making records and doing things. I don't know what she's been up to. What I do know is you can't fool me to think Erica Mena is going to not come back on Love and Hip Hop and be an artist. Girl, bye. We see young Jock no longer lives in the woods and them damn two trees and with Lost Boys. He now lives on a houseboat. He now lives on the ocean. But people like houseboats. Like, if you like the water, that is a good option. Living in a houseboat is the same as living on a yacht. I mean, just the boat is smaller. But, you know, but even his boat wasn't small if it's just him. So, whatever. We also see Stevie J say how him and Jocelyn are no longer together. There's co-parenting. Wonderful, beautiful. That's a great thing. Since he's focusing on producing. Well, we know that he's focusing on going to jail right now. So let's talk about that later. We see Sean Garrett, who was a producer, is on this season, I guess. He didn't say much. He was just on the boat, you know, with him and somebody named BK Brasco. I don't know who he is either, but I guess he's also a producer. They say how Sean Garrett, though, is working with Tommy. Okay. Anywho, Kirk is there too. And, you know, he's saying how, well, yeah, you know, could they ask him, like, what's going on with him and Rashida? And he's like, well, yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy. And, you know, no, we do see Jock, and I think Stevie too, advising Sean Garrett to not let his guard down with Tommy, because Tommy can be crazy. So we do see that or whatever. Anywho, you know, Kirk is saying how, you know, him and Rashida are basically separated. But he then say, I have some news for her because I went and I did get the DNA test done. They're like, oh, we were? Did you? What's the results? This fool, Kirk, is the baby's father. Now, I thought he was the baby's father. I really did. I felt like that could have been the reason he waited so long to get the DNA test. But to hear him confirm it, bitch, to hear him say, yes, I am the pappy, I said, Kurt, you really cheated. It's one thing to think, we knew he cheated. We knew that it was a possibility that he was the baby's father. We knew that. It was something completely different. Hearing him say, I took a DNA test and yes, I'm the father. I said, bitch, he really did it. Like, he really had a baby on his wife. And not a new wife. Like, not a freshly 1 year, 2 year wife. Not a little early marriage thing. No. You've been married to Rashida since y'all was fucking y'all been married for years, and you had a baby on, bitch. Ooh. So he then admits that he has not told Rashida yet, and I love how Jock and Stevie called him like, you know what? Nah, dog, you should not. Excuse me. You should not have told us first. You should have told her first. Said y'all been married too long. And you owe her that. You know, she should have been the first person you told this news to. It should not have been us. Go tell Rashida. I like how they didn't be like, oh man, that's fucked up. Oh man, I can't. No, go talk to your wife. Because at the end of the day, if you want to fix it, she deserves the respect of you talking to her, telling her the real news. But my thing is, hell, he waited 2 years to have a goddamn DNA test. So respect where? Next, Tommy. First of all, Tommy's edges in her confession aggravate my soul. Tommy's edges look like here in Detroit, in Michigan, at Belle Isle, we have a giant slide. Her edges look like the giant slide. Like, the giant slide go like this. Like, it's, you know, it's a big giant slide, and it's like, you know, like that. Her edges look like the giant slide to me. I just did not like them. I hate fake gel down edges. If it don't look natural, if it looks like you sprayed some jam or some spritz or some beeswax or some whatever on your edges, it ain't worth it. If them things can't lay naturally, just don't do it. Them things look like they would lay down with some goddamn castor oil or motor oil. I'm looking like, oh, I just hate them edges. Anywho, Tommy is at home, and I'm confused as to why she had on a goddamn cocktail long black dress. And she was dressed, and she had on some heels. She was dressed as if she was going to a masquerade ball. I was confused because she was just walking around her house. I don't know if she's trying to be this fashion person in Atlanta. You look dumb walking around your house in heels and a ball gown at home, and everybody else walking around in pajamas. Girl, you ain't got nothing else more low-key than that. Still be fashionable. But bitch, you think I was very confused, you know? And now she got a pig. Her 2 daughters is there. Her 15-year-old little sister lives there. Her brother pops up. Her mama be there too. All these people. And I'm like, okay. So I guess Tommy's storyline this season is going to be, one, all her family live in her house and she trying to support them. Okay, I can see it already. It's cool to see her kids, though. Her two daughters. I don't know how many kids she got, but her two daughters are there. We see that she do cuss in front of her kids. I don't like when parents cuss in front of their kids, like, at all. We don't cuss at all in front of my nephew. Well, my mom doesn't cuss and my sister doesn't cuss. I'm the only cousin person in the family, but we don't cuss around DJ. I do think it's weird when parents cuss around their kids because that's how kids learn to cuss. Well, you know, but you can't tell a parent how to parent, so I ain't trying to say your parent. I'm just like, well, you just don't, just, right, okay, you like it, I love it. Anywho, she brings up how her and her 21-year-old sister, Versace, yes, Versace is her sister's name, don't get along. They got into a fight, and because of the fights, someone called the cops. Tommy ended up getting arrested and got some charges drawn on her or whatever. And it's like a year for the charges to go away or get dropped or whatever. But she's still upset. Her moms want them to squash it and kind of be back to being sisters because the sister's only 21. So she's young. And Tommy like, I don't know if I really want to squash it. Okay, cool. We do see them meet up later. And Tommy is basically mad at her sister because she did something dumb and got caught up for. You know, she feels like the sister should have gotten her out of the trouble, and, you know, but it's your fault that I got a court date now to go. And she's like, look, I ain't called the cops on you. You came to my job, you know, started some bullshit, and we got into a fight. You know, I had no control over that. You know, when they came and questioned me, I told them I didn't want to press charges. So what happened was because you did what you did. And I feel like, you know, Versace was right. Tommy trying to blame somebody else for her actions. You can't go to someone else's job and pop off and do some dumb shit and then expect them to get you off if someone calls the cops. If I know you and we family and we beefing and we want to fight, I'm not fighting you in the streets. I'm gonna fight you at grandma's house in the basement. We're gonna fight down there. Or I'm gonna fight you, you know, at Auntie Juju's house, and I'm not finna go to your job and fight you, because my thing is, if something pop off, neither one of us can control what happens. And my thing is, people call the police now when fights happen. Like, people don't really let real people, when you at a place of business, they call the police right now. So you can't get upset that you did some dumb shit and someone called the police and then you got in trouble because you went up there. And I feel like Tommy is still in that blaming phase. Oh, I'm mad because Jocelyn called the police on me because I did A, B, and C. Well, you did something. You did something to someone. If you didn't do it, you wouldn't be in trouble. So, you know, Versace, like, she's not trying to take the fall for Jocelyn issue. She's like, I didn't call the police, so you can't be mad at me. And she's like, you know, that was a year ago, so, you know, I'm over it. It is what it is. And Versace tries to leave because Tommy trying to argue. She ain't with it. So she trying to walk out. Tommy throws like a drink and says, you missed, bitch. And then it's a full-on argument. You know, Tommy trying to fight her. They trying to get outside. They trying to fix. Girl, it was a mess. And my thing is, it feels like it's the exact same thing the sister said. You doing some dumb shit, but you get mad about the outcome. We talking and we beefing and we arguing, so I walk away. And when I walk away, you want to throw something at my head. So then when we have to fight, you pissed off if you get in trouble. My thing is, Tommy, if you on probation or parole, calm your ass down, little girl, because if you get arrested, you will get in trouble. And it was funny because the sister said, you know, she just mad because I beat her ass. I'm like, well, damn, did you? Did you beat her ass, little girl? And if she did, you know, it is what it is. But I'm like, Tommy need to quit with all that anger shit. And I feel like when you have two daughters, you should show them a better person to be. Because why would they going to grow up and be like you? Why would you want your kids to grow up and be angry and mean and, you know, no. Teach them how sisters should get along. Don't teach them that sisters should be out on TV and in these streets fist fighting. That's just stupid. Anywho, yeah. Estelita is on here. She's supposedly the first lady of Danger Zone. But I'm like, but is Danger Zone really doing anything? Like, what are you the first lady of if they not producing anything? I don't know. So she's saying how Stevie has not done anything for her career in like the past year. So she booked herself a show to do. Now, Stevie heard about the show from whoever else, and he pops up to see how she gonna do. Now, first of all, what the fuck is she wearing? Like, I feel like she had on some pantyhose that she got from JCPenney's. Like, it wasn't even performance style. Like, you could see the control top stuff. Like, you shouldn't see that when you're performing. Like, that's not, girl, I'm like, you can see the control top of her stockings. Them was from like the dollar store. What are you doing, honey? And the song was messed up. It did not seem like a good performance. And Stevie said that too in the audience. You know, they both talk. And she said how, you know, you haven't done much for me. And then he said like, because he's like, I haven't booked you any shows because I don't feel like you're at a point where you can be doing shows. He said like, this show, it was bad because you weren't ready. So that's why I'm not booking you any shows. And I get that. You do want to wait as a producer or as a manager to your artist or your person that you're managing is to the level of performing so that it can just be better. And clearly she wasn't. You know, he told her that she looked like an amateur basically, because she tried to do it on her own. So we see that whole part. We then see Erica Mena meet with Stevie, and I was confused because I'm looking like, what is going on here? And she's like, well, yeah, you know, even though I'm trying to work with Jazzy Faye, you know, Stevie J reached out and I want to weigh all my options. And I'm looking like, if the options is between Jazzy Faye and Stevie, I'm gonna pick Jazzy Faye. Like, not knocking Stevie. I know he's a great producer and everything, but he ain't made shit pop recently. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. So I don't get why. I was just confused. So she then said, you know, her and Estelita don't like each other for whatever reasons. What I thought first of all, but she brings up how she think Estelita is fake because she hired her to do like some modeling for her clothing line at one point. And she said they was talking and they became friends. And at one point, Estelita was having issues with Carly Red. And she's like, well, I gave her, you know, my opinion or whatever, or gave her some advice. She ain't listen. And then the next thing I know, her and Carly Red is buddy. But why does that make you mad? Like, who she friends with don't affect you? Girl, I thought that was stupid. But then Stevie says how, you know, do she know the only reason I'm working with her was because I was trying to get with you to work with her? But I thought to myself, why would you try to work with Erica? Like, what does Erica mean to do something musically and I just don't know? Like, why was he reaching out to her? She's not a singer. She's not a rapper. She don't do spoken word. She's not in the music, bitch. I was so fucking confused. And I think it's whole ass shit for him to say that on TV, because last season it was all about her. Like, it wasn't about you or I tried, you know. I'm like, it's just stupid. And he admits he slept with her before, Estelita. She said, did you work with her because she's talented or because you're sleeping with her? He said, well, yeah, in the beginning, you know, we did mess around or whatever, but, you know, other than that, no. And Erica Mena was acting as if Estelita is fucking Stevie J for songs, as if she wasn't sucking Rich Dollar's dick in seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Love and Hip Hop New York. You was clearly messing with Rich, and you was working with him for the music part. And then one thing blew up in your face. You was oh so upset because you was sucking dick for dollars, and it didn't work out, and you didn't get any music from it. So my thing is, don't act as if you didn't do the same thing that you are accusing her of doing. You ain't better than her. And again, you not even in the music industry, girl. So this girl, bye. Because she then say, I just want her to know that I'm really looking out for her, and I know how people can do and how they can use you and try to have you sleep with them to get you further musically, and nothing happens from it. So, excuse me, I'm really looking out for her. You can't look out for someone who you are in the same breath saying, you only helping her because she's sleeping with you, or even say, well, do she know that you only working with her because you want me? You already being shady. So girl, miss me with the whole, well, I'm trying to help her out. You know, we then see Stevie saying how, you know, well, maybe you can come to the studio and, you know, give Estelita some pointers. Pointers on what? What is she there for? Is she gonna point out the seat? Like, to have one? I don't get why are you inviting Erica to give her pointers on what can Erica Mena give pointers to Estelita about? I don't get it. I really don't, because let's call it a spade. Erica isn't successful in the music world. She isn't. She does not. I ain't seen her book no shows. I haven't heard her on the radio. I ain't heard no mixtape. I ain't heard nothing. She haven't even sang on somebody's demo. I don't believe it. So we then see him in studio with Estelita, and they talking or whatever, and then Erica Mena walk in, and she's like, "What is she walk?" She's shocked, and she's ambushed, and she's fucking confused. And you know, he then said, because she like, why, what is she doing here? We're like, what's going on? I'm being ambushed, what's going on? And then she like, oh, you didn't tell her why I was here? Well, let her know why I'm here. And he then says, oh, because I think that she can be like the first lady of Danger Zone. You can't just be if you already crowned one woman the first lady, you can't crown another one. That ain't how it go. There's only one first lady of whatever, and you can't just keep putting more and more first. It's just stupid. It's just really Faith is the first lady of Bad Boy. Okay. You can't be like, oh, you know what? We ain't gonna say it's Faith no more. Now it's Cassie. No, bitch, it's not. It's forever Faith. Just leave it be. And I felt like Estelita was completely justified in like going off. Like, this is some bullshit. You ain't here for me. Because Eric like, I'm here for you to make sure that he don't play you. She like, bitch, no, we not even cool. You know, we don't talk. You could have came to me on some separate shit. If that was the case, you came up here to be petty and shady, whatever. I ain't here for it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, Erica Mena is not an artist, she's not a producer. She barely famous. She's barely famous, so who is she to come? Honey, she let Estelita walk out, and I felt like she should have. I felt like Stevie and Erica Mena was on some bullshit, and I would have left like, I ain't finna, no, I'm out. Fuck you, fuck her, fuck the studio, I gotta go, y'all both stupid. And so, yeah, she leave. So, next thing that we see, this was dumb. I don't even know why they showed this part. They show like Estelita, Mimi, and Spice at like, Spice is showing her how to like dance or whatever. And they there, Carly get there, and they trying to make Carly and Estelita squash their beef. It ain't no real beef. It was dumb. Carly said, well, I just said, you know, something was interesting to me because I thought you was fucking Stevie. So I assumed when y'all was working together, it was because y'all was sleeping together. And they kind of made up. See how it was this a play on words. I ain't here for, y'all can't, these dumb storylines, it's kind of get on my nerve. Like, I think the Estelita and Erica Mena thing is dumb. Having Carly and Estelita squash a fake beef was dumb too. Y'all could have kept that. So, we then see Kirk. And Kirk is sitting on Rashida's porch. He's sitting there. She ain't home. We see Rashida come home, and I think in an Uber. Or somebody dropped her off. She didn't drive her damn self. And, you know, so she walking past him, go in her house. Of course, he come in too. And she like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing here? And he like, you know, this is a huge house. You know, we put this house together. It's a huge house. I don't understand why we all can't be in one place. Meaning, we have enough rooms for even if we're going through our issues, why can't I still be in the house? And my thing would be, because you fuck somebody else. Like, what don't you get about that? We don't need to be in the same house. You went outside our marriage, so you have to get outside our house. And I'm completely happy that she let him stay the fuck away. So, she is honest. She says, you know what? I don't know what our future holds. I think we need to just keep co-parenting. You know, I don't know what's going on with us, and I just don't want you in the house right now. You know, she's like, that's the best I can do for right now. My thing is, you did something that's so stupid that she ain't even thought about being back with you yet. She ain't there yet, so she don't want you in the house, point blank, period. So he then says, I have some news. I took the test. And she's like, okay. And he says, it's mine. And when he said it, even she looked like, this motherfucker, I can't fucking believe it. And you know, she say how, you know, hearing him say, she said, I thought it was his, but even hearing him say it, it was like a punch to the gut. And I feel like she was right to say, I knew it, but hearing it is still as bad as thinking it. Like, having it confirmed is taking my breath away. It's probably worse than when he told her he cheated or he possibly had a baby. Because now it's real. It's like real life. And, you know, she's like, well, hell no, you can't move in. You know, you created a whole new baby. You know, our kids don't deserve you to have a conversation with them about, you know, daddy had a baby on mama. And that's honestly completely true. Like, I would not want to, because she's like, our kids think of you as a Superman, you know, as Superman. So you have to basically tell them that you fucked up royally, and it isn't fair for them to have to deal with your fuck up. I completely agree. Now, bitch, the last and then scene, we see Kirk, baby mama, this bitch Jasmine. Yes, I said this bitch Jasmine, strolling through the mall on her way to where? To Rashida's store press. Now, we know her mom in the store, Miss Charlene in the store. And as she's walking, she's like, you know, I feel like, you know, my son should be accepted by his family, you know, because now they know their blood and they should accept him as family. Bitch, look, and this might sound harsh and I don't care. I feel like when you sleep with a married man, and if you have a baby by this married man, and you are sneaking around with a married man, if you get pregnant, his family don't have to accept that baby at all. They don't have to. It's nice if they do because it isn't the baby's fault. But bitch, they don't have to accept. Your baby can be estranged forever solely because you did some sneaky shit and they don't want that baby in their family because you fucked that up. The thing is, the baby is innocent, but sometimes children pay for the sins of their parents. You fucked my husband and got pregnant, bitch. I don't have to accept your child. I don't have to. So coming to my goddamn on store talking about I'm looking for Rashida, is she here? Because you feel like we should accept your child, bitch. Fuck you. Okay, if I accept your child, I'll let you know that. But don't you bring your old tackhead ass into my goddamn own business. I mean, look, hoes have balls these days, and I get it's for the show, but I really don't think. I think she did it for the show. I don't think Rashida, Kirk, or Charlene knew that lady was coming in there. I think they knew to record that day because something was gonna happen. But I'm pretty sure they had to not know that. Because when Charlene looked up and saw that bitch, honey, Mama Charlene was like, this bitch got the balls to be here. And I feel like, you know, Jasmine, you put yourself in this situation because you knew that man was married. So you might have the same way Kirk has to lay in his bed and not have his wife. Your child might not have any connection to the father side of the family because of what your ass did. And you have to deal with that. You have to explain it. You can't force people to accept your mistake. Okay? And at that, I'm done. So that was the whole episode, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Other than that, I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.